One question that I've been getting a lot because of this entire case where this black lady has landed in Pakistan is that how are black people viewed in Pakistan? So I'll try to explain and give you context into all of this. There is not a definitive yes or no answer over here. So I want to give you some more in-depth into this. How are they viewed amongst the... One thing which I want to just add over here, nobody's going to be hostile to you. That is not in our culture. The overt racist hostility, that does not happen, at least in Pakistan. That is one thing which I want to completely clarify. The older generation does have a sense of colonial hangover, a white complex, as they say, because we were formerly colonized by the British. So their idea, their beauty standards are all that, like, oh, if you're more fairer, you have more privilege, you are more beautiful. That bullshit still does happen. And if you look at like the mass media over there, the idea of what is beautiful is definitely someone who's much fairer. And so if you look at our soap operas and our television and our movies, the actors and actresses and the models will always be like a definitely like much more fairer shade. But, there is a but. So what happened was when the war on terror broke out, and this is like the post 9/11 years, everyone left Pakistan alone. And Pakistanis felt this deep sense of isolation. It was like we were punished, but we weren't, out of all the hijackers and everything, not one person was Pakistani. But except, yeah, there was one man which they found in Pakistan. But point being, and that point being, like, what I want to say is like the entire country was punished for it. And it was like we felt this sense of that, like the entire world just left us. And instead, like America made these like really racist shows like Homeland, where we were just all stereotyped as being these crazy like people with some weird ass views about the world. And you know, like it just felt very isolating. Nobody came here. There were years like not one person from like abroad came. Our most popular game is cricket. All of the international teams, all of them stopped coming here. It was a very sad time and a very dark time in Pakistan's history, and a lot of Pakistan, and every Pakistani felt it. Every Pakistani felt punished, and we're like the fourth or the fifth most populous country in the world, and everyone just felt as if we were all of us, all 250, 300 million of us were just feeling the brunt of it. But in reality, you know, like, and this is not me just putting words in all of your mouths and everything, you can see the clips over here. Pakistanis overall, as people, we are very hospitable. And it is something which is imbibed within our DNA. Now, coming down to like the further part of the conversation, you know, the first teams that started to come to play in Pakistan, and the first international cricket teams that started to play were all from black countries. So this number one was Zimbabwe. Number two was the West Indies. And the West Indies is like a collection of countries from the Caribbean, which is like Barbados, Antigua, Trinidad and Tobago. And then obviously it's our neighbors, Sri Lanka, who are definitely of a much darker shade than us. So Pakistanis, we suddenly had this conversation on race then. And a lot of Pakistanis have a very deep respect for black people now. Very deep. And they don't care where you're from or not, but it's just black people. Because it was because of them that a game that was so beloved to all of us, because of them, that team started coming back. The white countries like the UK, New Zealand, Australia did not come. They were very happy to not come and play over here. They were because we're actually a good cricketing nation. We're actually seen as a very big cricketing powerhouse. So isolating us was kind of also seen as tactical, because they're like, oh yeah, it's going to cripple them. And so like the white teams were like, yeah, we're never going to come play over there. But it was the teams from all these black countries that started coming over here. And they came back to back. And many years later, it was the countries like Australia that they started playing here. So Pakistanis have a very deep sense of respect, and also a sort of like this debt where they feel like all the people that come from black countries, that we have to treat them with extra care. We have to be extra nice to them, because it's because of them that during those dark times, when the world isolated us and left us, it's because of them that people have started coming back to Pakistan. So one thing you're going to see over here, and you see in all the footage over here, Onaija, despite being like the crackpot, the complete batshit madness New York auntie that she's being over here, despite that, the people are treating her like a queen. They are treating her like a queen, because a lot of them, whether it's conscious or subconscious, they know it at the back of their head. Is there that, no man, her people, it's people from that part of the world. It's because of them that people have started coming back over here. So it's there in their head. So if I, like, in summary, if I would say, how do people in Pakistan view black people, I think there's a lot of respect for them, and they will not look at them, treat them differently. They will not treat them differently. And it's also a generation thing. Probably the older generation, again, like I said, nobody's going to be overtly hostile. That is not in our culture. And hospitality is a very big thing over here. So I would never want to outwardly treat someone wrong. The older generation, probably like this kid's mom, will probably not want to. But the younger generation is the one that's seen the isolation years. They will all treat them very well. So yeah, that's how Pakistan treats black people. And in fact, most people in Pakistan are pretty chill, as opposed to our neighbors. There's tons of YouTube videos out there. You can go look them up and see, like, how's the black man or black woman's experience in said country. You will have your answer over there. So in Pakistan, yeah, we're pretty chill with them. Pretty good with everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Africans. I hope you're doing fine where you are, and if you ain't doing fine, please do fine where you are, like Sister Onaija in Pakistan. This is the second episode of Sister Onaija. I know I'm late, forgive me, but we have to talk about our little, no, not our little, but our sister Onaija, the black girl in Pakistan, the Pakistani daughter-in-law or sister-in-law, if you want to say it. Now, this is the second episode, as I said. You've realized that Sister Onaija, she was welcomed to Pakistan despite many things that are happening around the world against black people. We know that the black person is the most endangered species. The black person is the most endangered human being in the whole entire earth, right? So particularly in countries such as USA, in Southern America, in countries such as European countries, black people are really not that much free. They are really not treated well, and there is no equality that we can say, okay, we have equality between or among the white people, the races which are close to white, and the black. No, there is never equality among the races, particularly against the black. The black people suffer a lot, But where can we place Pakistanis? Pakistanis are not white and they ain't black. Pakistanis are like Arabs, or they're like Indians, They're in between Arabs and Indians. So I'll call them Arabs because India belongs to Indians, right? And majority of the Pakistani are Islams. And in India, the majority are Hindus, So in Islam, we have Allah. Allah is someone who is a god. And he believes that, no, not that he believes, he's the creator of the human being, according to Islam. And according to the Islamic laws, we should treat one another with honor. We should treat one another with respect because we all come from Allah. That is according to the Holy Quran, right? So it brings an understanding to what is happening to Sister Onija Robinson. Even her name looks more African, Onija. I've never had a black American with such a name. Never. This is the first one. So Sister Onija Robinson, she's a free spirit, People who, you can't hold them. You can't tell them what to do. but they are always very kind-hearted. Free-spirit people are one of the most kind-hearted people in the world. Their ways might be different from the nominal cultural set standards, you know, but they have their own way of doing things. But I want to stress on one thing. They are very kind-hearted people. Sister Onija, she was concerned about the nation of Palestine, of Pakistan. You know, she said that bad roads, bad food, bad hotel, people need to be paid more, this and that. I need $100K to do this and that. She needs $100K, not for herself, but for the people of Pakistan. And this is someone who people are calling crazy. Okay, she might be, according to, you know, she might be, but mild. But it doesn't take away the human factor in her. It doesn't take away the confidence in her. Doesn't take away the hospitality that the Pakistani people offered her, you know? And the hospitality that the Pakistani offered Onija is a great symbol, or is a great sign to tell us what the Arabs or the Indians in Pakistan think of black people. I don't think that Pakistan is as racist. I don't think Pakistan is racist. I don't think so. I don't think so. Believe me and believe me, if they were racist, it would have been shown very early. We would never hear of Sister Onija as we've heard of her right now. Nope. A black lady, not even white, a black lady who's demanding things up and down, but she's being loved. You know, the Pakistanis are very friendly people. They are very nice people, you know. I feel like I should also go there. Okay. Now, a Pakistani gentleman, I found a video where he is explaining and he is giving a perspective of how Pakistanis treat black people. I want us to listen to this, and then I shall get back where we shall also have a deep, critical analysis. Let's dive in.
If you want to know that why people of Pakistan, specifically people of Karachi, are treating that American lady so nice, you really have to understand the psychology of Karachi people and how Karachi works. So I am originally from Karachi, Pakistan. I was born there and raised there, and my family still live there. So you will need to understand first that Karachi is the largest city of Pakistan, is the most cosmopolitan, the most diverse. So basically Karachi does not belong to just one person. Like, Karachi literally belongs to so many ethnicities and so many, you know, languages. But the main language that is spoken in Karachi is Urdu, because a large majority of people who reside there are people who came from India, and that's why we are mostly called Mahajir. I'm also Mahajir, which is a Urdu word which literally translates to someone who did migration. And we did migration because Pakistan was a part of India, and Pakistan came into existence in 1947 after British colonialism, because British divided the whole place. So it's a whole history lesson. So the psychology of Karachi people is so shaped because of the suffering that we have been through. So for example, Karachi for the longest period of time has been so vulnerable because of its safety and its infrastructure, right? Even though Karachi has been the hub of so many, you know, ethnicities, people come to Karachi from every part of Pakistan to work there because economic hub. But when I was growing up, Karachi was famous for actually target killings, right? Because of political conflicts, religious conflict, whatever. And then Karachi is still known for a lot of thieves happening, robbery happening, and people have suffered so much. The infrastructure is so bad. When the flooding happened, the whole city just stops, to be honest. So if you ever ask someone from Karachi, like, they will always complain that, you know, they don't like this city. But then this city is literally the one who is holding the Pakistan because of its economic hub, because of the diversity, because of the employment opportunities this city contains, and also the food. Like, because of the diversity, Karachi food scene is so amazing. So coming to the point, that why Karachi people are like that and why they're so hospitable, why they're so nice, is because we have learned to survive with each other. To be honest, we have no entertainment. Like Karachi is really famous for literally having no entertainment, so we have learned to just eat out, and then we had just learned to cope with humor. And I feel like when I also go to Pakistan, I just feel like people are just surviving because of humor. Like people are just surviving because they just like to laugh, and they just like to touch base with each other and laugh at their situation. And just they are kind to each other because they know that this city would not be survivable if they don't take it light, to be honest. And if Karachi has survived so much is suffering and vulnerabilities, it is because of people's kindness and people dependency on each other. And second is also a culture of Pakistan that the guest is actually so precious to us, and it's God's blessing, and we don't want to hurt the guest or do anything, to be honest, to them, whoever they are. And I think Karachi specifically is famous for its hospitality nature. We take people in, we invite people in. So that's why it shapes that why Karachi media is after that woman, because she has become a source of entertainment. They are earning so many views from that woman. But also Karachi people like are so independent. Like we love to invite people in, and we love that when people respect our city, because we know that people don't like Karachi that much when it comes to infrastructure.
Why are Pakistanis so hospitable? This is a question I've been seeing come up a lot this week, especially after the recent situation with an American woman in Pakistan. Now, as someone who's from the Pakistani diaspora, I think I can give you a little bit of context. I'd say hospitality in Pakistan comes from a mix of factors. Now, this would include the honor-based culture, some Islamic values, and sometimes tribal traditions. In Pakistan, Mehman Nawazi, which translates to guest hospitality, is not just kindness, it's treated as a duty. People believe hosting guests will bring respect to their family. Now, this is even stronger in some cultures like that of the Pashtuns, where their tribal code teaches that guests, even strangers, must be treated with honor. Of course, this is not limited to the Pashtuns. The Punjabis, the Sindhis, the Baloch, and basically all other groups also see guests as a blessing. And so a good host is respected, and being generous makes a person's reputation stronger. Now, unlike in non-honor societies where hospitality is often heavily commercialized, in Pakistan, it remains a strong social obligation linked to family and or tribal honor. So generosity in hosting enhances a person's or a family's reputation, making it a fundamental social expectation rather than a mere courtesy. Now, I'm not glorifying honor-based societies. This is a topic that's very complex, so take this as merely some context.
Pakistanis are hiding a big thing when it comes to Anaija. They haven't told you about. You thought they were going to be this nice for no reason? So here's the big secret. They would never do this for everyone. Or anyone for that matter. So why did they do it for this foreigner lady? So there is this word called Ehsaas. This Mr. Chipper guy, he also said that in some of his videos. So this word Ehsaas, that kind of basically means feeling for someone. So if you happen to be a person who is stranded, nowhere to go, your own family literally abandoning you, and when the catfishing doesn't work, or you happen to have some kind of mental problem, worry not, come to Pakistan, because they know how to take care of you.
That black lady being lost in Pakistan was a blessing to the people of Pakistan. They're not only kind, but they have a great PR team, because the United States demonized Pakistan for decades. Post 9/11, they were only trending in a negative light. So this lady showed the world that the United States don't only demonize its own citizens. For example, you have a couple of black guys do a smash and grab at a jewelry store. Now all black men are YNs. You have a couple of Mexicans vandalize police cars and steal police cars and do spin outs and burn the American flag. Now the whole culture is criminals, even the babies and the Catholic priests. And the harsh reality is, if those people in Pakistan would have been racist towards her or disrespectful, no one would have been surprised, because this world is not welcoming to black people. So it just gives the message like, hey, if they treat black people good, they treat everybody good. Because if she was lost in Italy, my God, tourism is going to...
I'm sick with the flu and I need to go to bed, but not before I give you the next installment of Sister Anaya's adventures in Pakistan. So grab your chai, kick back, because this is going to be a funny one. So first things first, I don't know who, but somebody decided to give Sister Anija a whole wad of cash. Yes, my girl's sitting there counting her money like a G. She's like, 10,000 Pakistani rupees, which translates to about £290 or $350. Now, that might not sound like a lot to you at home, but in Pakistan, that's a lot of money. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking she might share it. Because one thing about Sister Anija, she's realized that there's a lot of poverty in Karachi, that 70% of the people in Karachi live below the poverty line of $2 a day. So I wouldn't be surprised if she used it to renovate or fix something. Because remember, she was like, we need to fix the roads. We need to fix the buildings. We need to pay these people more. So she got her money now. Let's see what she does with it. And then on top of that, rumor has it that she's been invited to do an advert for chai. Yes, tea for chai. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard, and I wouldn't be surprised. The next thing you know, she's probably going to be in some Pakistani drama playing some crazy mother-in-law. But I'm looking forward to the tea advert. Like, first things first, like, could you imagine a tea advert with Sister Anija? She'd be like, drink the tea. Shut up. Who are you talking to? Mind your own business. Drink the tea. Where's my money? Drink the tea. Where's my money? Drink the tea. I'm the boss. Drink the tea. I'm so excited to see how this advert comes out. So now that's the first bit of the gossip. But one thing I need to set straight. There's a few of you out there that think you're in the know and you're like, oh, she's left Pakistan. She's gone. It's over. No, I can assure you, she's still in Pakistan and she will be there until her visa runs out, which is, I think, on the 11th or the 12th of February. After that, I don't know. I also have a little bit of gossip. I feel bad exposing this one, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. So I found out that Sister Anija was arrested before in 2021 in America. But when you find out, what it's for, you're going to laugh. So she got arrested for entering a building after she was told not to. So entering a building post-fact, which means somebody said, you can't come in here. And she was like, shut up. Yes, I can. You couldn't make this up. And I've also, last but not least, found out about the filter that she was using when she catfished that 19-year-old guy. So I don't have the exact filter that she used, but I have a similar one. So I'm going to put it on. Are you ready? Jump scare. So apparently Anija was using a Nicki Minaj filter. This is so weird. I can't get over it. So all the rumors about apparently she was using a filter to look like a white woman. And when he saw that she was a black woman, that's when he turned her back on him. That's all lies. He thought he was getting Nicki. He thought Nicki Minaj was walking through the door. He saw these eyebrows and he was like, oh my God, yes. And then Anija turns up. Anija, that was a little bit naughty, but we forgive you. So that's all the gossip that I have on Sister Anija's adventures in Pakistan. I'll check out what's happening tomorrow and I'll get back to you guys.
Now, the life and the testimonies and the experience of Sister Anija in Pakistan should be a reminder to us that we are a single human race. And it should remind us that even though the colonialists had put a very, very solid ideology into the minds of their colonial, their former colonies, it is that not everyone, or rather, it is not each country that had taken into consideration and made it a mandatory into their countries. What I mean is this. I may not have used the right words, but what I mean is this. The British came and they told us the standards of beauty. They told us the standards of morals. They told us the standards of education. But I'm telling you, even before they came, each country had their own unique system of these three set domains. These domains that I've just told you: education, morality, and beauty. Each country had their own, you know. For Pakistan, they had their own culture. A culture that the British colonial rule would not wipe out. In Pakistan, they retained it. And that is why we are seeing this lady, she's being welcomed. In Africa, we also have our own traditional heritages. We have our own cultures. We have our own ways of welcoming people. In Africa, we call it Ubuntu. You know, the spirit of togetherness. You know, Chinua Achebe says we should come and eat together. When we come and eat together, it's not that you don't have food in your own home. No, it is the spirit of Ubuntu that calls us together. If you come and eat at my homestead, it is not that from your homestead you cannot see the moon. It is the spirit of togetherness. If I come to your homestead, say, and I eat your food, we eat your food together. It is not that I lack food in my own house. It is that we want to share the spirit of Ubuntu together, see the moon together, because we share the moon. Why can't we share the food? Why can't we share our spirits? Why can't we share the abundance God has given us? You know, the world has turned into a greedy world, and that's why Sister Onaija is such an enigma. She's come to change things. She's come to show us, oh no, some people are still calling her crazy. Really? Crazy. The real people who are the craziest are out there. And we call them normal. Those are the most craziest people. They kill people, they steal money, they do this and that. They don't care about other people, they care about themselves. But this lady, let me tell you one thing. Such kind of people are people who are so much kind-hearted. They take care of other people than they take care of themselves. Yet, we call them crazy. That's why Jesus said one thing. Jesus said one thing. Let me repeat. Jesus said one thing. He said that in Mark chapter 10, verse 14, we used to sing this rhyme when we were children. When I was a child in baby class, maybe, I was, I think, 5, 6 years old. We used to sing this song, our Lord and Savior says, in Mark chapter 10, in verse 14, let all the children come, let all the children come, let all the children come to me. That was the song. Let all the children come to me. Yeah, I have a child. I know how they behave. They do wrong, they don't know if it's wrong. They do right, they don't know if it's right. To them, they don't have the concept of right and wrong, but they have innocence. You see, someone is always judged. Someone is always sentenced based on the intentions. The intentions is what sentences you. I'm not giving room to ignorance, no. But intentions are the ones which crucify people. Because there has to be a motivation to do something. And when the motivation lacks, it means the intention was not available. You see, those people who will see heaven are those people who are, their minds are like minds of children. The rest of the world might call them mad. The rest of the world might call them insane. But let me tell you, these are the people who will see heaven. And those people who see that they are normal, and we are quick to call other people abnormal, you will be surprised on the final day. You will be surprised. So, Sister Onaija, she's one of a kind, you know. She's one of a kind. The world might call her bipolar, but she's one of a kind. Everything she spoke the truth. She might have been rude to some extent to that gentleman, but what was her intentions, as I told you? She meant good for the people of Pakistan. Good, and that's why they liked her. It reminds me that wherever you go, black, red, purple, your color is, we share the same blood. The palm, the color of the palm, you see? This is the same color as the white man here. So we're all humans. Come on, we are all humans. Don't judge someone by their color. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. You know? I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah, I don't want to have a maniac episode as well. So this is EFK Original Documentaries. If you like what I do, subscribe to the channel. I will so much appreciate. And see you in the next one.